Hello and welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this video about keep it fresh. Now, keep it fresh. This video, I was thinking about how in our mediumship, what happens is we get into a rut. We end up doing the mediumship the same way again and again and again. We may be used to getting the information in a certain way, so we'll get the information and it's always the same, and we tend to rely on what information we get. We tend to rely on that. We tend to stay with that. So instead of thinking, all right, how can I get the information in a different way? So what you'll find is what makes you comfortable within your mediumship, that's the way you work. So it's daring to freshen it up a bit with something new. And to do that, you're going to have to watch the rest of this video. So what you do is basically, think about how you start your contact. So if you start your contact, father, hobbies, work, this, that, and the other, and you'll be like, oh, it's father, hobbies, work, interests, holidays, or whatever. So then decide to start your contact, instead of starting that way, decide to say, well, I've got a gentleman here and his father, and then just let him bring you something out of the box. So step out of the box. So it could be he's left a watch behind, and that watch might be a Rolex, or that watch might be Omega, or that he may have given the person here in this world a gift. So it's challenging yourself and the spirit world to give you something new. So if you've always brought through fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, that sort of thing, same old relationship, then say to the spirit world, when you're sitting with your guides, say to them, I want to do something new. Start bringing through people that were professional artists that were on stage playing live music, and put it out there to the spirit world that you're open for the next level in your mediumship. So you're putting it out there saying, hey, I want to freshen it up a bit. I want to do something new. You're always getting the same sort of relationships. Hey, get me a friend that used to be a rock star, or get me someone that used to play the guitar. Or in that way, you're creating different possibilities that you can really connect to the spirit world. So instead of doing the same same relationships, same evidence, sticking to what you trust instead of stepping out of your box, it's challenging yourself to step out of the boundaries that you've created and to open up for more. And maybe you just want to say, hey, I want to start all my contacts with an object that's been left behind. Or you may want to start all your contacts with a hobby that was totally different to anyone else. Like maybe it was playing a accordion, or maybe it was skiing, or maybe it was skydiving, or maybe it was surfing, or maybe it was like an adventurous rock climbing hobby, And so if you challenge yourself to do that, you'll find you'll end up bringing that sort of person in. So instead of you just getting the same old information, the same sort of contacts, because that makes you feel comfortable, when you step out of your boundaries, you're opening up to out of the box evidence and out of the box information. And how to do this is really when you sit in the power, sit I'd like to get more different information. Sit in the power, sit with your guides, talk to your guides, say, hey, I'd like to really get something different. If you're used to just bringing through one contact and it's working very well for you and you've been doing that for years, then challenge yourself and say to your guides, right, I want to bring through 2 contacts now. You may not want to bring them through all mishmash, but you may want to step it up a level where you can say, hey, I want to bring 2 contacts now. I want to bring a father and a mother together. And then I want to talk about both of their experiences in life. So in that way, you're opening your mediumship up to the different levels. So you're freshening it up. You're keeping it fresh. You're keeping it new. Maybe, we don't normally talk about grandmothers cooking in the kitchen, but maybe you want to talk about a grandmother that used to make something really special in the kitchen. It may be a grandmother that made these wonderful pies that won awards or something like that. You may even get a father, and that happened to me, that where you could get a father that was connected to politics and connected to the Queen. Now, it's just opening up the box to more what you normally get. Let yourself open up to possibilities. And that's what I'm trying to say. So getting that, talk to your guide, say, I'm ready for the next step. I want to move it up a bit. I want to freshen it up a bit. Start your contacts without the relationships. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to start with a relationship. I'm going to start with the information. Maybe I'll start with their work. So you may just say, I'll start with the work and let the relationship come later. Or you may want to start with an object that they've left behind and then do the relationship later. Or in that way, you're mixing it up so that the spirit world can work with you in many different ways. One time I had a lady come through, and all I said, she's got a necklace, and when you open the necklace, I know there's a black and white picture of father and mother in the necklace, and then the relationship came. So I said, I'm talking about a mother. I could see the necklace was open and shut one, and that's how I knew. I said, okay, and someone must understand this. And that was the only bit of information I had, but obviously that piece of necklace was left behind to the person that was the recipient. So you're daring to step out of the box, you see, and that's the thing. Lovely to have you with me, and thank you for your hellos. It's very good to be here. So stepping out of the box, and really just enjoying the mediumship unfoldment, and that's what I'd like to say. But yes, I'm doing fine. It's great to see you joining me today as well. So try something new. Dare to try something new. If you've always done it this way, step out of the box and do it a different way. Think about, you may just bring through people's personalities, and some people get caught up in the personalities, but they don't bring much evidence. Let them take you to a rave. Let them take you to a party. Let them take you to a pub. Let them take you to a nightclub. Let them take you to the theatre. Let them take you to the ballet. So when you get the spirit world, they're taking you places. So keeping it fresh is never settling for what you already do. Opening up to the possibilities that the spirit world could bring you more. And in that way, you're really creating a moment that's exciting, also for the spirit world to work with you, where they feel, hey, we can try something new. So you can do this in other ways. Like I said, you can sit in the power, you can talk to your guides, say, hey, I'd like to do this, I'd like to work on this. You could sit in the power every day. I'm sitting for this new, fresh mediumship that I want to create. Or you could say, okay, I want to join a courses where someone's going to challenge me to do stuff that I don't normally do. So you may want to just learn something new from someone that teaches, that's going to challenge you to do something out of the box. Hi, Liverpool, welcome. It's nice to have you here. So it's good to have new people here joining, but when you learn something new, you can say, I'm going to go and join this course. And the reason you're joining that course may be because you want them to push you to learn something new, to try something different. So that's what I'd like you to see you guys do. Change up your routine will change up your mediumship and open up to more. I probably did send you something to join one of my groups. It's very possible. If it was an email, it's very possible. So welcome from Dagenham, Essex, England. So there we go. So we've got people from all over the place. We've got Liverpool, we've got England, and the people that come to this channel are all over the place. Think about that. If we're going to get people contacts from the spirit world, try and get the place names. Maybe they came from Northern England. Maybe they came from Midlands. Maybe they came from the Essex area. Maybe they came in Devon. So in that way, you can let them guide you to where they used to live, and let them open up a newspaper for you. So when you say, oh, the man read a newspaper, let him open it up. What sort of newspaper? What was the name? What was he reading? What was he interested in? Maybe he was interested in finance. Maybe he was interested in world economics. And then suddenly that leads you on to the work. So you see, keeping it fresh is trying to, if you think about it, if we were going to bring through, if we had a demonstration of mediumship right now, and I was going to bring through only fathers and only what they did with their work, and just have the same old sort of thing, then for the people watching, it would become monotone. So the spirit world know this, so they can't wait to open up to new possibilities. So if you said, I'm going to bring a father, then I'll bring a mother, bring a young person, bring someone that loves to go out and go to clubs and that sort of thing. In that way, you're keeping it fresh and you're opening up to more possibilities, because truth be told, if we get stuck in this way of working, then what happens is we will end up just doing the same old. And what we want to be doing is we want to be doing something fresh, something new, something inspirational. So let the spirit world guide you, and let them, let them help you along your journey. So change your routine. Even if you change your routine in your day, if you read a book, read the book like it could be information that the spirit world are teaching you that you could use in your connection or contact. There was one book I was reading. I read about paintings that had been passed down from generation to generation. So when I went to do my demonstration of mediumship, I said, I've got a lady here and she's mentioned that she's left her paintings to you. So it's learning that even the stuff you read, the stuff that you see on the street, you may be walking down the street, suddenly become aware of a white church. So in the next demonstration of mediumship, you may need to talk about a white church. You may see a couple of swans on the lake. And then when you're doing the mediumship, suddenly there's a memory about that. And there's actually a place called the Swan. So you see how that. Have you done any books, Jason? Not yet, but I am working on one, but it's very going to take a long time. But thank you for asking. So it's something that's in the planning, but let's say it's in the five-year plan. It's something I'm working on, and really what I'd like to be putting together is a book, how to keep it fresh, maybe in mediumship, that people can learn how to do that. That's another journey. So when you've just got so far within your mediumship, look at the next step that can take you, and look at the next step that will take you further within your mediumship. Change your routine, change your mediumship, research, let it come in, let the things do, and try speed reading. So if you want to do something, if you want to sharpen it up and keep it, try and do it quicker. Try and do speed reading with people, move it up, try and begin at the end of the reading, begin with a message and then give the evidence. Do it the wrong way round, do it totally different. In that way, you're open up to new possibilities of what the spirit world can bring. So it's lovely to have you here. It's nice to have some people say, welcome from Indiana, USA. It's good to have such an international crowd. I just want to say to you guys, keep it fresh, keep yourselves going, and really think about what are all the different things that you could possibly receive from the spirit world. And if there are things that you think you could receive from the spirit world, write them down in the comments down here. What is the most weirdest things that you think you could receive from the spirit world? Write them in the comments. And what is a way that you think that would be able to keep it fresh? One time I went to Finland, I read a Finnish book, and it showed me traditional clothing from North Finland. So when I got a contact with the spirit world, I brought through a grandfather, and I could see him wearing traditional clothing. So I said, I've got a grandfather here. I know he was a very traditional man. He was traditional and set in his ways, but I also know through his clothing, he came from North Finland. And they said, yes. So it's learning to absorb information that the spirit world can use with you. I hope this has been inspiration to you. It's certainly been good connecting with you. It's great to have people from all over the place, in Indiana, in USA, in Dagenham, in Essex. It's good to have you. And so I really love to connect with you guys, and I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week.